I'm so glad that you're joining me. I would love to hear where all of you are joining us from, if you'll write those in the comments. My name is Emily and I love flowers, and I'm so excited because today we are going to play with flowers together. We're going to do so many exciting things and go on explorations to find things in your backyard or your apartment or possibly in the park. And I don't know about you, but lately I kind of get tired of being inside all day. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the outdoors inside, and we're gonna bring a little bit of that happiness that we all get from looking at flowers inside to our apartments or our houses, wherever we might be. So first things we need to do are we need to get some vases. Now a vase can be anything you want it to be, and you can get very creative. But I've pulled 3 examples from my apartment in my kitchen. One is a glass vase. Now this one is a little bit shorter and it's wider, but this is a perfect vase for flowers. I also found this one. It's a little bit taller and it has a skinnier opening than this one, but it will be great for a few tall stems. And then I also found this little one, and this will be perfect for one stem that you can just put in like a bathroom or on your nightstand, just a special little spot to brighten your day. So what I would like you to do is first you need to clean your vase. And if you don't have any vases, let's get creative. What could you use? Maybe you had spaghetti last night for dinner and there's a jar left over. You could clean that out, take off the label, and that could be your vase. Or you could get an orange juice glass or some kind of cup in your cupboard, and that could also be a vase. So don't be afraid if you don't have the right vase. Be creative and have fun. But I do want you to clean all your vases because we want the flowers to last as long as possible. And the first key to that is starting with a nice clean vase. So before I am on here with you guys, I decided to wash all my vases. So these are clean and ready to go. All right, now let's talk flowers. Where are we gonna get flowers? Well, there's a couple options. Right now, you can get flowers from your grocery store. I picked these up from my flower market, or I should say my little corner grocery store. They also sell flowers. So when I picked up some food, I also got myself some flowers. But what if you don't have time to go to the grocery store, or your mom's not going for a few days? You can be creative. You can look outside in your backyard. There's lots of flowers blooming. Maybe when you're on a walk, you see something in the park. Or if you don't have any flowers, maybe just use Greenery. You can cut some branches, some twigs, even houseplants. Now I will say you won't want to cut anything that anyone will be sad to miss, so you might want to ask permission in advance, but there's lots of ways to be creative, to find flowers, to be a floral arranger, which is what we're going to do today. We're going to arrange some flowers in a vase. Okay, so now we have the vases and they're clean. We have some flowers. So now we're going to do what I call prepping the vase. So for these smaller vases, all we need to do is add a little bit of water. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to this tall vase, and I'm only going to put a couple stems in this vase, so I'm not going to fill it up very high. And this one, I'm going to put just a little bit of water in as well. Now this vase is a little bit wider, and if I put my flowers in it, they might fall to the side. So I'm going to show you a really cool tip so that your flowers will stay right where you want them. Now, since I'm a floral designer, I have this amazing tape in my house, and it's just a clear tape, but it's used specifically for flowers. But don't worry, if you don't have this, you can just use Scotch tape, and it will work just as well. Now, how many of you know what a tic-tac-toe grid looks like? A tic-tac-toe grid has 2 lines going vertical and 2 lines going horizontal. And what I'm going to do on my vase is the very same thing. I'm going to put a little tic-tac-toe grid on my vase. Now you don't want to put too much tape on the sides because you don't really want to see it. That's why you want to use clear tape, so it's not as noticeable and it doesn't detract from your beautiful flowers that you're going to put into your vase. So let me show you. So right here, I have my tic-tac-toe grid. So I have 2 lines, one right here, and then 2 lines going across right here. So now that I have that prepped, I'm going to add some water to this vase. It's very important that you get clean water right from the tap, because the cleaner the water is, the better and longer the flowers will last. Okay, so we've got our vases ready to go. Next thing is we need to prep our flowers. So I've got these amazing flowers from the grocery store. We're gonna cut these open. All right, now the first and most important rule to arranging flowers is anytime you put a stem into your vase, you want to make sure that there's no leaves that are under the water. You want to make sure you take off any leaves, because if any leaves are in the water, it will grow bacteria. And what that really means is the water's going to get dirty and stinky really fast, and your flowers won't last as long, and we want them to last as long as possible. So make sure you get rid of your greenery. It's not under the water. So here we go. I have these pretty daisies, and it looks like they have been dyed this beautiful color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these stems. See, there's multiple stems on each, or multiple flowers, I should say, on each stem. So I'm gonna just take a little snip. These are floral clippers, but you can use scissors. And if you're, you might need some assistance from a parent or a family member to help you with this. Anyways, here's my beautiful flower. I'm gonna stick it in because it's short, and I'm gonna put it right in this little vase. That's perfect. Now sometimes you get flowers and the heads look like this, and that's kind of sad, but don't worry, we're going to do another craft that we can use those flowers for. Or you can just put it in a bowl with a little bit of water and float it. Okay, so we're gonna save that for later. And actually this flower looks a little sad, so it doesn't look quite fresh, so we're gonna take that one out as well, but we're ready to go on that one. All right, so now for this vase, I need something tall, and it looks like there are some nice tall flowers on this stem. This is so beautiful. It's nice and long, and I only want a couple flowers on this stem, so I'm gonna cut it like that. And a trick to getting it the right height, you pull your vase back to the table, and then you hold it up and down, and then right where you want it, that's where you clip it. So we're gonna take these leaves off. They're a little messy. And see, you have the perfect height for your flowers. Okay, now things get really exciting because we have this bigger vase, which means that we can put a lot more flowers in it. So I actually, when I was on a walk the other day, I found some greenery, and I just gave a little bush a nice little trim. So I'm going to use this. So see, I'm going to pull the greenery off the flowers, or off the stem, so that it doesn't go in the water. So I'll show you what I mean. So see, if I stick that in, there's a little bit in the water, so I'm gonna hurry and fish that out because we don't want that to be in there, if I can. There we go. Pull those off. Now it's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to just give it a little bit of clipping, pull some leaves off, and this is the part where you just have fun. You can get creative and brainstorm with your family members where you can go get flowers and what will look good together. It's gonna be so fun. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our greenery. And sometimes you get a stem that looks like this, and that's awesome. You can just put it right in the middle. All right, so here we go. We're gonna add a little bit more greenery first, and then we're gonna add our flowers to this bigger arrangement. We're gonna stick these in. And also remember, you can always cut your stems shorter, but you can't make them taller. So always err on the side of cutting it a little bit long in case you want to cut it shorter later because you can't go backwards. All right. So now we're going to clean up this stem a little bit, take off the leaves. All right, look how beautiful that is. Now I'm going to trim this a little bit, and I'm going to stick this right in the middle, and because of the tape, it stands up all by itself instead of falling to the side, which is so great because then I don't have to worry about it falling over and not being able to put it where I want to. So now we're just going to move the vase around. We're going to stick all our flowers in. Oh, and we also have these awesome pink ones. These are called mums, and they're available year-round. We see them a lot of times in the fall around Halloween, but these are really pretty pink ones that are here for the spring. So I'm going to stick those in as well, and you kind of just find little spots where you don't see anything. Like I see a little hole right here, so I'm going to add some more flowers right there. So you just kind of keep playing with it and turning it around. But the most important part is to have fun and get creative. You can do a tall arrangement, you can have it be really wide, you can have it all be one color, it can be colorful. The most important thing is to have fun. And even if it's just some branches from a bush or even maybe a few leaves from a houseplant, you can have a lot of fun. And then you can think of all the fun places you can put this arrangement. Maybe you could decorate your table for dinner tonight. I bet your family would love that. Or maybe you could surprise someone and put it in their bedroom. Or you could put an arrangement in the kitchen. There's so many places that you can have fun with flowers. I love playing with flowers. It makes me really happy. And so, especially when it's hard right now, we can't go outside as often as we'd like to and see our friends. I think flowers can make us really happy. All right, so as you can see, I'm just having fun. I'm not thinking about it too much. And the best part about flowers is you can keep arranging it. Even after you put all the flowers in, you can keep adjusting it and keep moving it around until you get it exactly the way that you like it. Okay. So I'm almost out of flowers, and you're going to add these last couple, and then we're going to have a finished arrangement, and it's going to be so fun. I hope you guys will have so much fun being creative and finding ways to bring the outdoors inside and bring a little joy and happiness into your apartment.